Hello guys, welcome back. So I've now got some fork oil, and for those eagle-eyed amongst you, it says hydraulic oil. Fork oil is hydraulic oil, and from what I can gather, ISO 32 is the equivalent to a 5W. So I think that's a light medium fork oil. If you got an ISO 46, that'd be equivalent to a 10W heavyweight fork oil. So I've got that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start rebuilding the fork oil. I've got my trusty manual there, because it's been so long, I've just forgotten. I just need to look at the schematics to see what goes where. So we will start rebuilding. So we've got the new oil seal, the new dust seal, the new bottom bush and the new top bush. We've got a new washer and a new ring. And for those that are interested, the part number for this is 4SV 2311500, and for this little ring thing, the part number is 4SV 2315600. So what I'll do now is I shall start putting it back together, and I'll show the video as and when I'm at each stage. So I've now put the damper back in, the damping thing, adjustment, and what I did was I turned it all the way in and then I brought it back out 8 clicks. Now when you're taking it all the way in, you don't yank it in like that. I've just, between a thumb and finger, just keep turning it, and eventually it'll just stop, and then I just do click, 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 click 8 times back out. So that's that in. Right, so I don't know if I've run into a bit of a problem yet, I don't know, but that is the brand new metal bush thing that goes around the fork there, and that is the old one. Okay, so if we look at this clearly, you can see the old one is a lot smaller than the new one. And if I put this old one onto the bottom of the fork stanchion, sorry, that sort of like fits nicely in that groove, and if I squeeze it as hard as I can, there's a bit of a gap there. Now if I put on the new one, just bear with me while I get this off. Right, so that's the old one. So if I put on the new one, that's proper slack, and if I squeeze that as hard as I can, it's still slack. And the only way to get it a good seal is if you can't see it there, but it's as though I need to overlap it, but that obviously isn't right. So I don't know what to do, because that one, like that, clearly won't go inside. In fact, if you look at that, look, it shouldn't be doing that, should it? Shouldn't be doing that. And these are pyramid ones. Put the old one on again. Squeeze it, and there's no way there's no movement in that at all. Right, I'll have to see what to make of that. So this is a bit of an odd one, because I don't know if this is right or not, but these two are the brand new metal rings that I got from Pyramid Parts. That's the gap how they come, but you can clearly see that even if I squeeze them together, it's just, there's no way that's right for that. And this is one that I've filed down, so let me just try and show you the difference. So that's how much I've had to file off. So now if I put this one on and squeeze it together, it does actually, that's a lot better. So that one now is a bit more like the original Yamaha one that was fitted on there, because that sort of like clips in, and there's no way that you can't move that off. So let me just get this off a minute. Come on, it's difficult to get it off with one hand. Bloody hell. Right. So this is untouched from Pyramid Parts, and as you can see, the Yamaha one wouldn't move on its own. That one freaking slides all over. The new one still slides all over, but when I compress it, squeeze it together, sorry, there look, that's going to be solid. So I'm going to risk it. I'm going to try and put the new ones in, and see how it goes. So right, what I'll do is I'll measure that gap there and show you how much I've taken off. Right, I couldn't find me, well I found my digital calipers, but the battery's dead, so I resort to good old fashioned feeler gauges. So what I've done is I've put the old bush in the tube, so I don't know if you can just see it there, look, and that slides up and down just nicely. So then I've measured that gap in there, and it's measured at 0.70 millimeters or 0.028 inches. So that's what that gap is there. So again, that's the old one. What I'm going to do is keep filing that new one down until I can slide it in and it's got the same gap, because I can't get it into that tube yet. So something drastically wrong with this bloody part. I think they've sent me the wrong part, which I'm a bit annoyed about, because I can't bloody send it back because I've frigging opened it up, haven't I? So but anyway, I think they've sent me the wrong part, but never mind. Right, so you see that won't go in. It's just still a bit too tight, it won't go in like that. So I need to do some more filing. Right, I'll be back in a minute. So I've now managed to get the brand new bush inside, but if you look just at that point there, it's just out of circle, and I think well, out of roundness, let's call it, I don't know, and I think that's where I've been holding it while I've been sanding. But if I pull that, and obviously the tube will squash it like that, then everything looks to be okay. So I'm going to go for that, but my advice is if you replace them and they just look completely different size to your old ones, just send them back. Don't do what I'm doing. I don't mind doing this because I don't mind experimenting, but don't do what I'm doing. Just send them back, or try and use your old ones or something like that. Like I say, I don't mind what I'm doing. I'm experimenting. What I'm doing here is just purely my personal choice, and don't follow what I'm doing because I have no idea if it's going to work or not. But I'm prepared to take that risk. So I'll carry on.